The princess who wanted freedom. Everyone thought Noni was the luckiest woman in the room. They envied her expensive clothes, her fearless spirit, and the way she danced through life as if nothing could ever hurt her. But what nobody knew was that before she was even born, her future had already been decided. A promise made by two kings decades earlier was about to steal the life she had chosen for herself. And while her best friend Mpumi was trapped inside a mansion in Germany, Noni was about to become a prisoner inside a palace. It was nearly midnight when Noni's phone rang. She frowned as she looked at the screen. Mom. She smiled before answering. Mom, it's so late. Is everything okay? Her mother's voice was unusually serious. Noni, you need to come home immediately. Noni sat upright. What happened? Is Dad all right? Is someone sick? I can't explain over the phone. Mom, you're scaring me. You need to take the first flight to Ghana. Drop everything and come home. The line went silent. Before Noni could ask another question, the call ended. For the first time in years, she felt genuine fear. The following morning, Noni called Leslie. I have to leave for Ghana today. Leslie sounded worried. What happened? I honestly don't know. My mom just said I need to come home immediately. Do you need me to come with you? Noni smiled. No, I'll be okay. After ending the call with Leslie, she called Mpumi in Germany. Mpumi answered with a tired voice. Noni noticed her friend sounded exhausted. Girl, what's wrong? Just the baby keeping me awake, Mpumi lied, hiding the terror she was living with. Noni sighed. My mom called me. I have to fly home. I hope everything is okay. So do I. Neither friend knew they were both hiding enormous secrets from each other. Only one person knew the truth about Noni. Noni wasn't just an ordinary young woman. She wasn't simply the life of every party. She wasn't just the girl who loved dancing until sunrise. She was Princess Noni Adoma, the only daughter of King Kwame and Queen Akosua of the Omude Kingdom in Ghana. Since the day she was born, her destiny had already been written. Years before her birth, King Kwame and his closest ally, King Adewale of the neighboring Punye Kingdom, made a sacred agreement. If one had a daughter and the other had a son, the two children would marry. Their kingdoms would become united forever. Noni never accepted that agreement. As soon as she was old enough, she left Ghana to study abroad. She lived as an ordinary young woman, hiding her identity from everyone. Even Leslie and Mpumi had no idea they had spent years laughing, eating, and dreaming beside a real African princess. When Noni's plane landed in Ghana, a convoy of luxury vehicles was already waiting. Several armed security officers surrounded her immediately. People at the airport stared. Some even bowed respectfully. Noni closed her eyes. This life again. The drive home felt painfully long. As the palace gates opened, servants lined both sides of the entrance. Everyone welcomed her back, but nobody looked happy. The atmosphere was heavy. Something was wrong. Inside the royal palace, King Kwame and Queen Akosua were waiting. Her mother rushed to hug her. Her father remained seated. His face carried the weight of years. My daughter, he said softly. There is something we have hidden from you long enough. Noni folded her arms. I already know.
The king looked surprised. You know about the agreement?
I've known since I was 16.
Silence filled the room.
Her mother looked down. King Kwame sighed deeply.
The king of Punye has passed away. Nani felt a knot in her stomach. The prince must now become king. She already knew what was coming. But before he can be crowned, he must have a queen, Nani finished. Her father nodded.
If you're still watching this, please don't move, because you won't believe what will happen next. Feel free to click the subscribe button so you can watch more stories like this one. Please comment and tell me where your childhood friends are in life right now and if you miss them.
The time has come. No. The answer came instantly. I will not do it. Queen Akosua tried to reason with her. This isn't only about marriage. It's about our people, our kingdoms, our history. Noni shook her head. What about my happiness? What about my dreams? I didn't choose this. King Kwame stood. Neither did I. But some responsibilities are greater than ourselves. I won't marry a stranger. You will. I'll run away. You won't. That night, she packed a suitcase and climbed over the palace wall. She barely made it 50 meters. Luxury SUVs blocked the road. Security guards stepped out. Princess, please come with us. She tried again 3 days later. This time, she disguised herself. She wore ordinary clothes, a baseball cap, dark sunglasses. She almost reached the bus station. Then, another convoy arrived. Her father's men. Again. Every road led back to the palace. Eventually, King Kwame assigned a permanent bodyguard. His name was Kofi. Tall, quiet, always watching, always close enough to stop her from escaping. Noni hated it. I feel like a prisoner. Kofi simply replied, "My duty is to protect your highness." One evening, unable to hold back her emotions, Noni called Leslie. As soon as Leslie answered, Noni burst into tears. I don't want this life anymore. Leslie's heart broke. What happened? I have to marry someone. What? I don't have a choice. Who is forcing you? I can't explain. Leslie tried to comfort her. Maybe he's not a bad person. It doesn't matter. I wanted to choose my own future. Noni never mentioned the palace. She never mentioned the crown. She never mentioned. She was a princess. When the call ended, Leslie sat silently, confused. Meanwhile, Mpumi received a short message from Noni. I miss you so much. Mpumi stared at the screen from inside the mansion in Germany. Tears rolled down her face. I miss you too. Neither woman realized they were both trapped in lives they had never chosen. Days later, Noni finally met Prince Palumi of Punye. She expected an arrogant royal. Instead, she found a gentle man. Palumi was tall, handsome, respectful, and surprisingly humble. He greeted her with a warm smile. I know this isn't the life you wanted. Noni looked at him, shocked. You know? I didn't choose this either. For the first time, she saw sadness in his eyes. He wasn't celebrating. He was simply carrying the weight of duty. The royal wedding took place before thousands of people. Traditional drummers filled the air with music. Kings, queens, and dignitaries from across Africa attended. The entire nation celebrated. They believed they were witnessing the beginning of a beautiful love story. Only the bride knew the truth. Behind her smile, her heart was breaking.
Soon after the ceremony, Mpumi was crowned king of Punya. Noni became queen. The people adored them. They called them the kingdom's golden couple. But inside the palace, nothing was golden. Noni refused to share the royal bed. She insisted on sleeping in her own chamber. Mpumi respected her wishes, though it hurt him deeply. Weeks turned into months. Noni secretly escaped the palace in disguises. She wore simple wigs, sunglasses, and ordinary clothes. She visited clubs, danced, laughed, and drank with strangers who had no idea they were partying beside a queen.
For a few precious hours, she felt like herself again. Each time she returned before sunrise, Mpumi would be waiting quietly in the palace gardens. He never shouted. He never humiliated her. He simply looked disappointed. "I only wish you would give this marriage a chance," he would say. But Noni would walk past him without answering. Late at night, she often stood on the palace balcony, staring at the stars. She wondered if Leslie had finally built the career she always dreamed about. She imagined Mpumi happily raising her baby in Germany. "I wish I had their lives," she whispered. She had no idea that one friend was living inside a nightmare, and the other was about to discover that fate had its own plans for her as well.
Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the next part. The woman destiny couldn't ignore. Leslie stared at the empty apartment and smiled.